Hello and good morning. It is the 15th day of April 2019. My name is Derek, and let's take a look at gold, silver, the stock market, and cryptocurrencies. All bets, trades, and of the like within each his own risk, their own reward. And gold, between the 10th and the 11th, on the 10th, we have this high near 1310. And it has now fallen down 10 plus another 15 plus points, 25, 2% ish. So far down, prices remaining below this 18 average of lows after it had this correction mainly through time. The only time it tried to break out was in here 5, 6 in the morning last Friday, unable to do so. Did another quick one here, but since that point has been resisting the lows every time except last hour, which resisted the highs, but it has now retraced all of that back. So just quickly looking at the 5 minute time frame, this is the a very short term failed breakout. And oftentimes from a failed move, a fast move in the opposite direction can happen. And well, most certainly that was the case. As you have the noticeable break above this resistance, you come right down. You don't support where you need to, which was around 1287, and the fast move takes it to a nice leg lower. So now what's the play in here? Well, it's come up to this 18. It's got to hold and stay above 1283 over the next half hour, 45 minutes from where we stand to really give us reason that we can believe that the breakout is coming. Now, you have a rally like this. If it can just keep on going, okay, that's a statement establishing levels of resistance as the 18 of lows we can see is starting to rise. 18 highs, if this keeps going up on this time frame, would as well. But I don't want to focus on the 5 minute time frame. On the daily term, the multiple hit level of support is being tested right now, but you have this rally attempt to the upper end of the band or the 18 highs, come back down, and then your pause day. And today's move is looking for that breakdown below. And if we go below here, I'd be thinking about filling in some of this empty space. Where did we come from last before Fibonacci support? I'd be looking probably somewhere around 1236, 1240 as a potential area for where support should probably come in or where the next leg lower would be. It looks like that's a probability. It's not guaranteed, but because of the way it resisted this and it's come back down, definitely showing the bearish signals. Silver in a very similar camp and a little different. It's already broken down below a level not seen since the start of the Boxing Day breakout when it got above this level of resistance where the red line is in now. That was a big level of resistance, like that inverted head and shoulders ish style pattern, and it broke out for a good gain and point A high, point A low rather, point B high. Now we're going to be working on a point C correctionary low, and really the hold area, you like to see a higher low, but what's the lowest point for a higher low? I'd be looking maybe towards 14 and a half as a next possible area. But as we take a look at this on time frames like the weekly, here is where you come up and really kind of make a bullish move. This is a potential big failed breakout. And that is because you have this rally come up to this point, establish resistance, come back to the band, break it, which technically in this case it helps to make it in that terms bullish. But when you look at the dynamics of where you were testing this level of resistance and the exact Fibonacci number. So if you were looking for a clear break above 1584 and you bought, you would have bought near the highs and you're losing, and a lot of them would have already been stopped out by now. If you were waiting for a clear break above this line, well, that never did happen. As the Fibonacci, which was really very weak support, well, I can't say that. It was on the last time. It always is weak on the last, of course. It was extremely strong support all the way through here. Then that extremely strong level fell down, had a very significant leg lower, and then after some time in the correctionary mode from mid-August through the Boxing Day breakout, it stayed in this lower sideways range between the high 14s and basically the 14 handle up to 14.9. And then you have this rally attempt to go in, it doesn't break it, so you have this little bit of a move. So now within this correctionary level, there's a big red candle down, which then spends a few periods within the lows in here. Now we see it breaking down below. The potential because of this move above the 18 could not only mean we go down to like 14, but possibly even a leg lower than that. And when looking for where that leg lower would be, well, I guess you could even say for, the range would be between 14 and 1360. If it's going to be a serious failed breakdown, I think the highest it's going to be is that. But we could even have moves where we go like 11 and 10 in that area, possibly even down to the previous low in here. There'll be a very interesting situation if that's the case, especially if cryptos do well, because that means price action becomes very uh, amazing to be buying it. I don't think that's going to happen because with the cost of producing the silver, I almost think and I know there really is a safe-ish kind of floor in the area of such in here, but price action cannot, I don't think can maintain and hold these prices by anywhere at all kind of deal. So if it does go down towards this point, I'll be looking at great buying opportunities. But within this, and this is going back to this breakout on here. It comes in here, tests this band, and never does break out. 18 starts to decline in here. This is the first time it's resisting a declining 18 average cents, of course, back in this bear market that concluded in 2016. At least it went in remission, we'll say. And now, of course, leaving this thing, you see a 1447. I wouldn't be surprised if it at least breaks into the 13, like at least up around 13. And let's take a very quick look at the SPY, and I mean really, really quick, because it's just going in this little sideways mode. Well, it's these gaps. Going up above the 18, there's a correction through time. We can see support first at around 286.16, then around the 70-cent handle. Major resistance was played out at the high 288 number, or around 83 cents, and it just gaps higher than that. Now we've already established level of resistance. We're establishing some support in the early stages. I just feel it's going to do just whatever, and then we're going to have some more significant opens that are higher or lower. Like, I mean, it's just crazy to see all of these. Here's a close, a gap opens here, it does this. Then this big gap open, it does this. It's, I guess, private trading. See, Bitcoin, and they never do that. For how many? When's the last time Bitcoin has went 60 consecutive seconds without a trade? Or how about 20 seconds for that matter? Uh, yeah, a long, long time ago. It always moves. And no days off, all that kind of stuff. No hours off. Price action in here, day number 4 of showing strength amongst the 18 average of highs after its last decline. Had a beautiful update yesterday, holding on to its gains thus far. Looking at that for the single hour time frame, this is the move where it's showing strength on the 18 highs in here. Here was this move where some people might call this a bearish candle, and at times it could be, but this time it kind of isn't. And that's where you have the move line that goes up here, and then it just comes back down. Okay, that's just going to follow through with the decline. Well, no, this is a spot where the market broke this level of resistance, and it's already came back to where it came from. So if that's what you were looking for, oh, I see it at 50, 90, 35. I see it at 51, and a little pierce higher. Okay, now you've been notified because before it was just showing strength amongst this, and it established resistance, of course, between this line area. And when it does that, okay, if I want to buy where it came from, we can see how it was worked out to be a tremendous buy. Price volatility goes higher. The action has this resistance pretty much matched Pierce Extra with this one. Great support on the highs. And then this beautiful hour here. And since that point, the price action has managed to go in some sideways move. We've got support in at 51.18. Well, originally it was here at the 44 handle on the dollar number, resisting that level now, but it's just the 18 average. It's going sideways, it's correcting, and before it had this long little bit of support resistance with one failed breakdown. Oftentimes, from a failed move brings a fast move in the opposite direction. Well, not this time, because this was a failed breakdown. Price actually came right back to its congestion area, and then it was a slow, the opposite of fast. It was a move to the upside, but it just wasn't fast. And we'll finish it up within the weekly, which has had the move above this line. I'm still looking for the target area of 63.50 to come into play. Last week was a pause week and a productive one because it did make a higher high. The low that it went down wasn't that low. In fact, it was above the 48.5 number, which now starts a new week off. And we're only about 15, 16 hours so far into the first week. So this thing will move in time, but we could have a pause week. We could have a retracement back to the lows, and we could have a move up to 63.50 in the short. And I really don't know. And when I look at it, the sense that okay, it's telling me it's en route to 63.50, that means the price action is probably going to go there without losing any bullish momentum. And having price come down to 4,400 doesn't lose its momentum because it would just be moving into a price correction, as this is what the 18 would be the indicator for. If there's enough time, this thing is going to drag its way up. So maybe by like, okay, sorry for any type of pauses there, but I had to stop the tape for a bit. We'll do the month again, just another chart to finish it. As the price had been flattening out for reversal of trend, stage number 1 for decline, 2, establish support, 3, back to the band. So it's either a failed breakdown or a start of a reversal. The 18 average of highs is currently in at 67, 60, and that coincides, of course, with where the Fibonacci is, and that's like crucial decision area. And when we get there, we'll talk more about it. But if we are even gonna top now, and we see weakness around here, we're looking at another leg lower, probably at least conservatively around 22. But if we get above here, okay, when we talk about this, okay, well, if we get above it, well, this thing will start to barely go sideways and up, and we start having moves above this area here, then that's the resumption of the subtrend. And now you're starting to talk realistically about breaking this and then hitting like new levels, 40, 60K. So that's part of your risk reward thinking whenever you're managing whatever Bitcoin trades and holdings that you might be doing. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye bye.